You'll find this one interesting. So CBS Sports HQ, Micah Roberts and Zach Cimini say that Vegas not a big fan of the Browns this year. Here's why.
Talking the NFL and the most striking line moves that we've seen. Anything, futures, week one. Zach, what have you seen?
Well, with the Cleveland Browns win total, it's went from 9.5 to 10.5. Everybody's loving the Browns as far as the futures market, but I think there's some red flags there. Last year, they were the only postseason team that gave up more points than they scored. And then you look at their schedule last year was much more softer. They swept the NFC East. That was a big factor in them winning 11 games. But this year, they're going to have to face the NFC North. It's going to be much more difficult for them to get that sweep there. And then the added game for the 17-game season this year is against the Arizona Cardinals. So I don't like that line move there. I'm not going to go with the public.
Yeah, I was talking with William Hill's Nick Bogdanovich, the top bookmaker over there, and he told me they're going to lose 7 figures if the Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl. And that's because they started at 22-1 odds. They're down to 16-1. He said they lose on everything Browns, including the week 1 matchup. They also, to win the AFC North and also the AFC, they are the worst beat for the book right now. Nobody in Las Vegas or the books all around the country are rooting for the Cleveland Browns this season.
Boy, those two guys really intimidate me, Dave. I mean, the NFC North.
I know.
If you haven't noticed, that's a juggernaut of a division, isn't it? Listen, if the Browns lose to the Chicago Bears in the first month of the season, then we can shut down Lou Groza Boulevard because it's over. There's no way the Browns are going anywhere if they lose to that iteration of the Chicago Bears. The Detroit Lions, in case you haven't noticed, are dog crap, all right? The Minnesota Vikings, yeah, they're good, but that's also the Stefanski Bowl. You think he's not going to have the boys revved up and ready to go to beat his former team? And the Packers, we don't know if Aaron Rodgers is even going to play for them. So I'm not in awe of the mighty NFC North. And another thing he was throwing in was, the one guy was throwing in the Arizona Cardinals. Like they're a juggernaut. Not yet. I mean, they could be good. They've got a lot of really significant additions, but it remains to be seen whether the Arizona Cardinals are going to be any good. So do I think the Browns deserve unending hype and rose petals thrown at their feet and guarantees they're going to go deep into the playoffs? No, they haven't earned that right yet. But to be dogging them on account of the fact that this year they're playing the NFC North, I mean, come on.
And the other thing was mentioning the defense. Last year's defense and this year's defense are going to have 2 or 3 starters that are the same, and that's it.
Right. But here's the thing. In fairness to those two guys, Browns have proving to do. I mean, they have to show that all the new pieces fit. Fair is fair. They have to show that all these new toys that Woods is getting are going to fit. They're going to stay healthy. They're going to, have a cohesive unit. But, yeah, to judge this year's team on last year's defense is erroneous to me.